There is little value in the accumulation of wealth if a person cannot use it to make his loved ones comfortable or share it with those around him who are in need. For Farouk Ghani, amassing wealth had become a way of life. But because he had everything he wanted and more, he did not see the need to help those close to him who he knew were suffering. Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu reported that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said, "A servant says, my wealth, but out of his wealth, 3 things are only his. Whatever he eats and makes use of, or by means of which he dresses himself and it wears out, or he gives as charity, and this is what is stored for himself as a reward for the hereafter. And what is beyond this is of no use to you, because you are to depart and leave it for other people." Narrated by Muslim.
في الأوقات الحلوة عشوة يا ألفاتنا عشوة ترابطنا عشوة سعاداتنا نبدأ خطوة بخطوة نبدأ خطوة بخطوة نبدأ خطوة بخطوة أهلا هلا فيكم بالحب نحييكم معكم سعاداتنا.
It is Saturday morning, and once again Ali Baba and his grandson Yahya are walking around the semi-barren land of Fetus, where just a portion of the houses that once stood still remain.
Nana, this place looks so run down now, but Mommy was telling me how much fun all the kids around here used to have.
It might be a sight for sore eyes now, but back then, Fetus was the best place to grow up in. The kids here were always free and safe, especially in the 70s and 80s, when Aisha and Muhammad were growing up. They could walk around at all hours of the day and night. And if they hadn't come home by the evening, we didn't worry. We knew they would be at one of the neighbors' houses.
They were lucky. Mommy doesn't even allow me to walk to school, even though we only live a few blocks away from it.
Times have changed, my boy. It's not safe like it used to be.
So, Nana, you were still telling me the story of the Ghani boys.
Where was I? Ah, yes. Hassan went off to Darul Uloom and Farouk left for Cape Town. I sort of lost touch with Farouk for a while. I used to try to call him, but there were no cell phones in those days, so I only really spoke to him when he came home to Fetus. But Hassan would call me every week and keep me updated.
Farouk must have been getting lit, having no one to answer to.
Lit? You mean having a good time? I suppose he was. I never heard from Farouk directly, but often I would hear via the grapevine that he was breaking hearts all over Cape Town. Farouk was a real ladies' man.
Really? Wasn't he busy working in Cape Town?
He was, but he had a lot of free time as well. So for a few years, he lived a wild life, or lit life as you would say. And in the meantime, Hassan completed his alim course and he came back to Fetus. He found a girl from a simple family here in Fetus and married her. And they lived in Ashraf's house.
So, when did Farouk come back home?
It wasn't very long after that, in that same year I think.
And did he also stay in Ashraf's house with Hassan?
No, he didn't. You see, from the early 90s, things were changing rapidly in South Africa. Nelson Mandela had been released from prison and the Group Areas Act was abolished. Democratic elections were held for the first time in 1994 and apartheid was finally scrapped. For the first time ever, there were no race restrictions and people were free to live anywhere in the country. So Farouk found a house in a smart suburb that used to be for whites only and he moved in with his wife.
His wife? You didn't say he had gotten married, Nana.
Didn't I? Yes. Well, her name was Salma, her name was, and he was, seeing her without her parents' knowledge. Anyway, one thing led to another and she fell pregnant.
Oh my word! That's hectic.
It was, but even more hectic was the fact that he didn't tell Hassan or anybody else about it. He just brought her back to Joburg heavily pregnant. I remember it was December. He introduced her as his wife. He told everyone that they had gotten married in Cape Town at the beginning of the year.
Yo, what a story. So nobody suspected anything? I mean, Hassan must have found it weird that his own brother kept a thing like that from him.
Well, Hassan did suspect that Farouk had been having an illicit relationship with Salma, but he had no proof and he didn't want to cause bad blood between him and his only living relative at the time.
But Nana, how did you find out about it if nobody else knew?
My boy, I have my sources. You forget that I was a journalist in those days.
في خير الليالي جلستنا محلاها تجمعنا المحبة في الله الأخوة غيمتنا التواصل وامطاره لقياكم وازهاره ضحكاتكم في الأوقات الحلوة غيمتنا.
Once again, the Gunny household is getting ready for their day. When Nazia comes into the kitchen early on the Monday morning, Trevor has been instructed to drop the boys off at school and then return to the house to keep a check on things until he goes to pick them up. Nazia is to be accompanied to campus by Thabo.
Mom, this is like a nightmare. Do I really have to go with this guy to campus?
You heard what your father said, Naz. Now, you had better go up and get ready.
Come on, Naz. Thabo doesn't have all day to wait.
Duh, isn't that his job, waiting on people?
Don't be so cheeky, Nazia.
But Dad, what about all the people on campus? What will they say when I show up with a bodyguard? I'll be the laughingstock of the place.
You don't have a choice. This is serious stuff, Nazia.
Fine, then I won't go.
What do you mean you won't go?
Nazia, you have to go to varsity. You're already halfway through the year.
People drop out all the time, Dad. It's no big deal.
What? I paid your fees up front in full, my girl. There's no way I'm allowing any child of mine to be a dropout.
Is that all you care about, Daddy? Your money?
Nazia, that's enough.
Fine, then. I'll finish my degree, but I'll...
Alhamdulillah. See? You can be an obedient girl when you choose to.
I'm not finished, Dad. I was saying I'll complete my degree, but I'll do it online.
That's a ridiculous idea. You know how little gumption you have. You'll end up spending your whole day in bed playing on your cell phone.
Don't be silly, Naz. You know you have to attend classes.
I won't. No way. If you want me to get my degree so badly, I'll do it online. There's absolutely no way that I'm letting some idiot that I don't even know follow me around campus.
But Nazia?
No, Dad. I won't let you bully me into being embarrassed like this. From now on, I'm studying online, and that's that. Thabo can look after Mommy here at home. And I don't know, maybe help out in the garden or something.
A few days later, the Gunny family have all settled into the routine of having the bodyguards constantly around them. Finishing work unusually early, Farouk sends Mike to his house in Houghton and drives himself to Farhana's house. Aman chats to his father and then goes off to finish his homework, leaving Farouk and Farhana to chat in the lounge.
I called Miriam to find out how Mulana is doing.
That was good of you. What did she say?
She said he's getting better, alhamdulillah. They put his arm in a cast because they found a fracture on his shoulder.
Shame. But Hassan is strong. He'll recover quickly.
I asked her if they need help financially. Farouk, I didn't know that half of the house in Fetus still belongs to you.
Of course it does. Hassan and I were the only heirs of my marhum papa, so automatically we each got half of his property.
But Farouk, Miriam told me they pay you rent for your half. How can you charge your brother to stay there? I mean, you know he's suffering financially.
It's a business transaction, Farhana. You can't expect me to give Hassan handouts his whole life. I paid for his alim course, and I helped him out when he just got married. I even let him keep Papa's car when he passed away. But now, he needs to stand on his own feet.
I think you should just give him the house. It's so old and it's not like the houses in Fetus are worth much anyway.
Oh, I'm expecting a call from a new warehouse in China. This must be them. Hello, this is Farouk Ghani. Who is this?
Farhana gets up and goes into the kitchen to make them a cup of tea while Farouk takes the call.
Hello?
Oh, Mr. Ghani, or did we agree to be more informal? I'll call you Farouk, shall I?
Oh my, it's you again.
Were you expecting someone else, Farouk?
No, I mean, what do you want?
Relax, Farouk. You'll find out soon enough. For now, you just need to know that we haven't forgotten about you.
But...
I see you've taken on some new housemates. But don't worry, they won't be getting in our way. Just know that we're still watching you.
Please, just tell me what you want.
Let's play a guessing game, Farouk. I'll give you 3 options, and if you guess the correct one, I'll give you a prize. I'm watching you because I want A, your money, B, your wife, or C, your daughter. Now, Farouk, which one do you think it is?
What? I can't.
Don't stress, Farouk. I'll give you a couple of days to think about it.
In apprehension, Farouk drops the phone and it clatters to the tiled floor. Farhana enters the lounge with a tray of tea and biscuits and sees Farouk sitting on the couch, looking distressed.
Ya Allah, Farouk. Are you okay? Did something happen?
I got another phone call.
I heard you speaking on the phone. Yeah, you dropped it. Who was it?
That guy again. The one who called last week. The one who said he's watching me and my family.
Ya Allah, did he tell you what he wants?
No, but he told me to guess my money, my wife, or my daughter.
Oh no. Did he sound serious?
Yes, he has a very smooth voice, but he laughs a lot, like Minikenly, you know?
Then he really is serious, Farouk. If you don't want to call the police, what are you going to do?
No police. But he said that he knows we have some new housemates.
Oh, he must have been speaking about the bodyguards. That means he is watching you closely.
Yes, which means the bodyguards alone are not enough.
But what else can you do? Farouk, if something happens to you, what will happen to me and Aman?
Shh! Don't stress, Farhana. Nothing is going to happen to me. I think we're going to have to move into our holiday home.
The one in Makhali's mountains? But how?
The only reason I thought about it is that nobody knows about it. And the estate is extremely secure, so nobody will be able to get in.
And what about us, Farouk?
Farhana, today this guy only mentioned my wife and my daughter. I think he still knows absolutely nothing about you and Aman. When I came here this evening, I came in the small tares we keep in the office, and I sent Mike home with my car. I didn't notice anyone following me, so I assume that this guy thinks I went home with Mike.
I hope you're right, Farouk, because Allah only knows what I'll do if something happens to our son.
Farhana, every time you stress, your cough gets worse. You really should have it seen by a doctor.
في خير الليالي جلستنا محلاها تجمعنا المحبة في الله.
It's sucks having this Trevor guy drop us and fetch us from school.
But it's better than that poor Nazia though. At least he doesn't spend the entire school day with us.
True, but I was waiting to slip away for a bit. And now with this bodyguard waiting for us after school, I'll never get my chance.
Serious, bro? Where were you planning to go?
The Owens were going to hang out, get a coffee and maybe check out some of the girls.
You got into so much of trouble the last time you were dating that girl. Don't you remember?
So, it was only Mom who grounded me, and then too only for a week. Dad didn't even know. I doubt he even cares.
But still, hey, look, do you see what I see?
What? Oh, ish, that's him?
I say we go and tell him who we are.
What? Are you crazy?
Maybe I think he probably knows who we are already. Don't you think so?
Ah, so you mean like corner him? Good idea. We can make the little run squirm. Come, before he sees and makes a run for it.
Hey, come here.
Me.
Aman does not see the twins coming towards him, and he is caught off guard when they call out to him. He realizes that he has no option but to tell them who he is.
Yeah, who else do you think we are calling? What's your name, boy?
Aman.
Aman who?
Kanye?
Oh my... What? You were right, B.
So, Aman Gani, you know who we are, right?
Alright, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Jarir, and this is my bro. His name is Bilal.
And do you know our surname? It's the same as yours. Weird, hey?
So, Aman Gani, what's your father's name?
Farouk.
Oh my god, weird that our fathers' names are the same.
Even more weird is that we just found out that we have the same father.
We are excited to announce that the Radio Islam app is available on Android as well as the iOS platform. Download it today, access seamless streaming, salah times, recipes and all other features available for free from Radio Islam International.